We trying to behave ourselves on the story? Well, y'all know what we thinking right now.
I'm ready for the night. I got a little extra energy. I don't know what might come out of my mouth tonight.
Hide your kids. Tell them to go sit their bad asses down so we're grown folks in here talking.
TGIF.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Claudia Jordan, and it's Friday, and I'm back with two of the most fabulous men in the business. We are here to spill the tea and break down some of the biggest news in the headlines and on social media. So sit back and relax and get ready for this hot tea. Please welcome brand strategist Al Reynolds. Al, what's up?
What's going on, Claudia? Where are you?
I'm in a raggedy hotel room. Raggedy. Like I was walking in the bathroom with my boots on and my boots was sticking to the floor. So I just called the room. I'm like, can y'all get this sticky substance? I don't know what is on the floor, nor do I want to.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Where are you? Shreveport?
I'm in Shreveport. The play is tomorrow, and it's a whole, man, this has been interesting. I'm just going to say that. I had to check somebody today. We'll get into that. Right. Please welcome multimedia personality and talk show host, Funky Dineva. What's up, Q?
Hey. Claudia, it sounds like somebody had a bunch of gentlemen callers in your bathroom, honey, and they didn't clean up.
The thought of what the stickiness is sending me.
That's Jim, John, Paul, and Tyrone.
Funky, were you in Shreveport last night?
Honey, I was in my bed alone.
Man, it's been interesting leading up to this play, but it's started to really get a lot of buzz. We're here on the ground, and pretty much everyone except one of our cast members who's going to be coming tomorrow. But this has been interesting. Like I should have filmed the process because all the little things happening, you know. Yeah, I had to check somebody today.
When you go through the drive-thru at Wendy's, does everybody know who you are?
A few people recognize me, but some don't, though. I mean, it's not like everyone, but they just look at you like you look out of place. You know what I mean?
I want the tea. Who you check and why? What happened?
So there's a guy that runs a radio station here, and we have a street team that's been out here on their own dime making like T-shirts that say white lies. They're so excited. They just want to be part of, something. Mm-hmm. And they went and they were passing out flyers, and this guy who was with the radio station was like, what the F y'all doing? No, like basically nothing comes through Shreveport without going through me. He tried to say we got to check in. So I had heard that the girl, he sent the girl went home crying. So we had one radio station call him and put him on the phone and asked if they'd like us to come by. He said no, because we didn't spend no money advertising. So I got the phone. You're in a small market, you might want to take advantage of any kind of celebrity that comes through. It's only good for you. I said, is this money? If I need to buy an ad, I'll buy an ad, right? I'll buy an ad. But he backed up, and then it was, I see you at Essence, and we made eye contact, and I look like Russell Simmons. I said, oh my God. So anyways, I had to get like a little gully on him. I didn't like to do it, but I had to.
Didn't you buy a billboard? Or
no, we're on like 16 billboards out here.
Wow. But I guess he's saying the money didn't go through. Small people kill me when they be acting like they run whole cities. Like, Negro, you make $14 an hour down to the radio station. If you almost sit your two-bit ass down somewhere, but ain't nobody running nothing through you, whoever you are.
I told him, I got Pooh Charles, I got Willie Taylor here. I'll bring them by, and you'll at least get an interview for your station. That always looks good to have celebrities in a smaller market, because you don't always get that. And from my understanding, this is the first time in 4 years that a Black play has come through here. So like, listen, and then he called, we can make a deal. I'm like, I'm good. He was basically saying we're going to fail because we didn't go through him. I said, no, we're good. We'll be fine. Hearing the buzz and you mad that you wasn't a part of it. But I didn't know that I had to go through, I don't know. Anyways, we about to have some fun because I have no choice.
Y'all be careful out there now, because he might set the building on fire. So y'all just be careful.
Oh, damn. So what y'all drinking tonight? I'm in this hotel, so if I don't have clean floors, I don't got drinks. I don't have a mini bar. What y'all drinking?
So tonight I am drinking Florida's finest, just water. And my cleaning lady came, y'all, so I ain't got to drink out of red cups. No, I got some clean dishes.
I guess
I am such a bachelor, and I don't wash dishes. So
really?
You don't wash dishes. You don't wash clothes. You don't wash your house. What do you wash?
Your man, bitch, if you ain't
You ready tonight, huh? Well, you did take a bath. I'm glad you washed it yourself. That's a plus.
Oh, wow. That's what we're doing tonight, huh? Okay, let's do it. I've been feisty all day with people. I had to be like, I had to check. Let's get into it. Oh, speaking of that, Q, they going in on us on the Shade Room?
Girl, they said, Claudia, you over there always in somebody's business. So I didn't even know until I logged on that we were on a couple of the blogs today from our last week's show when we did the Mimi Faust and Ty story, when you were sharing that, you spoke with Mimi and she gave you some details that were contrary to what was out with Ty. Claudia always in somebody's relationship business. Claudia always spreading somebody's business and they heard. It's like, Funky Dineva, messy ass, just over there nodding his head. He enjoying every minute of that messiness. Al just over there church cheesing. Al is getting away unscathed, but they letting me and you have it, Claudia.
Oh, that's always the case. But you know what was funny? They're on the Shade Room in the comments to talk about people's business, mad at us who actually get a check to talk about people's business. And if you know someone and you have a personal connection to a story, that y'all know you want us to talk about. I like when people call you messy, but they can't stop talking about the same things we talking about. I'll be messy. I'll be messy and rich though. Okay.
You get paid for it, don't you?
That part.
You see my neck. Okay.
And hell, we don't make the news. We just report it.
Don't be mad at me. Listen, we gave you facts. And I stand by everything I said. So if you mad or Ty is, I don't really give a damn because I do my job and I can sleep well at night because I don't lie. All right, let's get into these hot topics. Y'all can be mad about something else. Yesterday, WNBA star Brittany Griner appeared in a Moscow court and reportedly pleaded not guilty to drug charges. The court extended her detention until, get this, May 19th. What are y'all's thoughts on this update? And what are your thoughts on everyone complaining that if Brittany were white, her case would get more coverage? Al, let's start with you.
Listen, I'm feeling a little bit better because what we found out this week was that her legal team has been visiting her daily. So we do know where she is, and we do know that a legal team is around her. So that's a plus, right? We also know that we've gotten a trial date. So as long as we have a trial date, we don't have to worry too much at this juncture right now as Putin using this as a political pawn against the West. So for me, am feeling a lot better about the situation and with Brittany because it appears to date that the Russians are playing nice. Now, the only thing I don't like, and I guess I'm going to say it because nobody else is going to say it, is if that was Michael Jordan over there in prison, I just feel like it would have been handled in a different way.
Do you think because she's a lesbian Black woman?
I really do. She's actually the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, if we want to be honest. She's our best player. She is the best female player in the United States. So I just would like to see them be a little bit more aggressive about getting this woman back to the United States, even if we've got to use Donald Trump, because Trump was supposedly or allegedly had a strong relationship with the Russians. Use whoever or whatever in order to get her home. I just want her home.
You know, Trump is not going to do anything positive while Joe Biden's in office that's going to help and make him look good. You know what I mean? Q, what you think about this?
So I definitely want Brittany home. Al, I think your analogy was a bit of a reach. Only because as unfair as it is, Michael Jordan was of more value to our American society than she was. And I don't mean to say that to sound nasty, but it's just like people don't value the WNBA as much as they value the NBA. And it's funny because a female friend of mine was talking and she said, there's so many conversations to be had from this story, one of which is pay inequality between male and female sports. And that's a large part of the reason why this girl has to go over to Russia to make her millions anyway, because she can't make them in the US. And that's a conversation that we can have on another day. But to your point, Al, I'm glad that this process is moving forward because I was concerned that come hell or high water, Putin was going to hold this girl hostage. And though we're not out of the clear yet, it does look like we are headed in the right direction. So I hope we can get her home soon.
I hope so too. I just wouldn't put anything past Putin. You know what I mean? Like, who knows how much more desperate he'll get as this thing goes forward. But hopefully, all right, because I can imagine the fear that she must have right now, hearing any of the coverage. Well, actually, there's no coverage over there, so she probably doesn't know what's going on. All right, y'all, let's move on. We got to get into this from one word to the next. Early this week, we reported that Amber from Joseline's Cabaret Cabaret, was alleged that she was kicked in the stomach by Joseline, and Joseline's fiance, Balistic, ripped out her hair. Now more cast members are speaking out and accusing the couple of assault during the reunion. Joseline and Balistic addressed the accusations in a statement which reads, "We are deeply saddened by the accusations made against..." Hold up, they didn't write that shit. They did not write that. They do not say we are deeply saddened. Okay. By the accusations made against our family at the Joseline Cabaret reunion. They continue with, Joseline's Cabaret was created on the foundation of female empowerment.
Girl,
I can't even read this.
I think you should read that.
Don't.
Oh, wait, I got to say this last sentence because one of our program's core values is supporting women, not breaking them down. Whoever want to go first, please have at it.
Q has left the building. He's so crazy. Q's crazy.
I refuse to work anywhere where I have to try to make it out of all these lies. Okay. First,
Joseline's people.
Let me give y'all the real tea. Because baby, y'all know I know people that know people.
Oh, you about to be messy. Shade room alert.
Baby, they say that girl was down there tearing Joseline ass out the MF and frame, okay? And that was why Balistic had to jump in because Joseline was getting her ass whooped that bad. Then here's the other thing the girl's going around saying. Joseline put these tweets out as if she's so big and bad. I don't know if production had the tweets. If y'all saw, she was like, I drop kicked, I Mortal Kombat one girl, I kicked another girl into last week, I did this one. Where was all them fighting skills when Tommy was in your ass and you were standing behind that police car, standing behind that car calling the police? You know what I'm saying? Joseline tried to act like she that girl and she'll whoop everybody behind. Then y'all don't had some four-eyed white woman write this piece of crap ass statement that nobody is buying. I am mad, y'all where all my protect black women crowd at? Protect black women, because this man don't attack this black woman. I'm tired of y'all ass attacking me. Go attack Balistic ass or whatever. Protect black women. He don't pull this woman hair out to her scalp. Okay? Her scalp. They say a whole chunk of that girl hair. Girl, they said you could see her medulla oblongata. After Balistic got through with her ass. Baby, they said Balistic had to roll that hair up like this, like toilet paper. They said he had to roll it like this. It had snatched her for the old and the new, and it snatched out her scalp. Zeus Network, this one is on y'all. Like, it's on y'all. Joseline's Cabaret is a mess. As far as I'm concerned, Zeus Network and its programming right now is a mess. And while I support this black brother who's doing great things and making his money, boss man, you got to curtail some of this.
Yeah. Al, what are your thoughts?
There's so many layers to this. 1 minute you want to support Mr. Plummer because he started a new network, is starting to do very well and make a lot of money. But Mr. Plummer, let me tell you something. You have cameras in the room and you have fighting in the room and you have lawsuits associated not only with the Zeus Network, but yourself and your brand. This is sad that not only is there a digital footprint of Joseline admitting to the actions in which she caused against this woman, there is film footage of everything that can be subpoenaed to support the young lady's claim that she was in fact attacked and beaten. And for a grown man to put his hands on another woman is unacceptable, to the point where she said not only did he drag her by her hair, but caused her to cut her feet. I watched her live, and that was some very telling information that she shared. And it's just sad that we can't have a network for these exact reasons. Now, you want the heat and you want the numbers and you want the popularity, but nothing's going to counter a good lawsuit that scooped every single dollar that you made out of your pocket. This is not good, Mr. Plummer. We can do better, everybody. And thank God we work at FOXSOUL.
You know what? I'm going to say this. The fact that Balistic felt comfortable that he could do that in that environment speaks volumes to me. Because, you know, don't we get tripped up and oh, damn, I swore I wasn't supposed to do that. Because we know there's parameters and there's certain guidelines here. And we try to maintain a standard. Now we fall short sometimes, but there's certain lines we will never cross because we know we will be out of a job. The fact that this man, who is not a small man, this man feels that he's that comfortable. And I don't think this is the first time he's had an issue with kind of getting involved in the mix with the women. The fact that he's this comfortable where there's no fear of anything, no repercussions, nothing's going to happen to him, tells me that he felt comfortable doing that. And that is an issue. I would like to see the Black network make it. Hell yeah. But you gotta pivot at some point. It's too much. And why do you have a show? I'm not a Joseline fan. I think she's funny, but a show where you disrespect women every single week. Protect Black women does apply on women versus women crime too. It's not just when it's about the fellas. So let's take a quick.
And also the fact that production scooped the girl before the police got there. The production scooped the girl and locked her in a room so that Joseline and Balistic could escape the scene of the crime. It's just like, what are you doing, Zeus? Zeus, what are you doing? Like, what exactly are you doing? I don't know. I can't wait to see how this one plays out. But that young lady right there said that she wants the show taken down. She wants Joseline off the air. Let's see if Zeus gives Joseline another season.
That show is toxic. You know what? Let's put a pin. We got to take a quick commercial, but you guys want to finish this up after the break and talk about it?
We're done.
You sure?
Yeah, I was just gonna give y'all some little messy tea from when I filmed something with her, but it ain't.
No, I need to hear that.
I need to hear the tea.
That's the commercial.
All right, we'll be right back with more of Funky Dineva's messy tea after this. Welcome back to TGIF. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan, joined by Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva. And we got some more tea for y'all. Oh, wait, do you want to give us that tea cue about when you did the thing with Joseline?
Yeah, so, there is this thing going around, and you can find the clip online for when there was a show VH1 was doing. It was the Love and Hip Hop After Show Live. Mm-hmm. And there's this infamous clip where me and Joseline get into it, and Joseline is going off on me. And the world loves to think, oh, Joseline Hernandez is the only person that ever got Funky Dineva together. Joseline Hernandez cussed out Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva had so much mouth, but when Joseline Hernandez was there, he ain't have nothing to say. And here is what I want to speak to. I want to speak to Joseline's unpredictability. What y'all do not know is prior to the filming of that show, Mona Scott Young pulled me to the side and said, listen, we are making live television and I don't trust this cast. So I am depending on you to not let this thing go left. And if it gets crazy, I need you to be a normal person. And that is why when Joseline got to shooting off at the mouth on live television, I just shut up and didn't say nothing. Joseline didn't read SHIT. But what I really wanted to bring up was she's so unpredictable. And I actually was in the building that they sectioned off the exit to the building to make her have to go one way and make me have to go another because they were so fearful of her unpredictability.
Oh, wow.
So she's like a bull in a china shop, basically. Yep. It sounds like that.
They literally took cones, security guards, and closed doors to reroute the flow of traffic so her and I would not pass each other.
Such a pretty and charismatic woman. It's a shame that goes that way. You know what I mean? Because she's pretty to look at. She's funny, but a hot ass mess.
Big booty.
Yeah. Whose booty's bigger, yours or Joseline's?
Al.
Is Al's bigger?
You know what, you two? Let me tell you.
Al got a BBLWXYZ.
Moving on, Wendy Williams appeared via phone on Good Morning America to clear up all the chatter about her mental health. She said, my health is very, very well, and I've actually had a few appointments. You know, I'm 57 now, and I have the mind and body of a 25-year-old. Wendy also addressed her ongoing legal battles against her bank, Wells Fargo, and said, I want all my money. I want to see all my money that I've worked so hard for my entire life. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't steal. I'm an honest, hardworking person. What are your thoughts on what she said, Al?
Hold on. She got the body of a who? Claudia, why you on this thing lying?
Lying to the people on our good internet. Well,
she got the body of a who?
I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi is bad. What?
The part Wendy Williams got the body of a.
I can't hear you. What?
Because if a 25-year-old is the letter P, then she got all that. But go ahead, Al.
I didn't hear any of that. What? What happened, Al? What?
Well, let me tell you what. I got to tell you that it was actually good to hear her voice. Now, I'm trying to find a positive out of this. It was actually good to hear from Wendy, and maybe Q, she heard you because you said it wouldn't take any time for you to just go on live and bring, tell us something, tell your fans something. So I think she did do that. I think, however, though, being a part of a team that has dealt with an exit of a show, we have to look at who the interview was given to and why. And it's very interesting, of all the landscape of morning television, this landed at Good Morning America with this young man in the 4th hour. So what that tells me is that a lot of people didn't want to touch this interview. That's number one. And also number two, something was off in this interview. Now, it was very positive, very upbeat, but she never talked about why she was sick or what her sickness is. She never talked about, she talked about returning, but how are you going to return to a show that's canceled? Like, that didn't even make any sense. Does she actually know if the show is canceled? And then she never gave a real reason about the Wells Fargo situation, which was also crazy, was she brought a friend on the phone to explain that the reason why they froze her funds was because the lady who handled her funds wanted to have a relationship with Wendy. And when that started to erupt, they then froze her funds. Something in the milk ain't clean here, but I got to tell you, it was good to actually hear from her.
It was. Okay, Q, what do you think?
I've been told y'all them people over there at Wendy House ain't telling the truth. All right. Listen, y'all, and listen to me good. None of what's circulating about Wendy right now is the truth. None of it is the truth. All right. The lymphedema, your legs ain't swole up that bad that you can't sit your ass on that damn purple chair. Then it was the early onset dementia. Now Wells Fargo got her money all sold up or whatever the case may be. I don't know. And I ain't got no Miss Cleo running through my DNA, but I always speculated that Wendy had got back on that stuff. Okay. Wendy had got back on that stuff and she had got back on that liquor and it took her off track. I think Wendy is cleaning herself up. She leaving that stuff alone and she's, getting back to herself or whatever the case may be.
Allegedly.
I don't know. This is speculation on my part. She damn sure ain't got no early onset dementia. All right. I definitely think Wendy is coherent enough to handle her funds. Like I said, them Wells Fargo people probably tired your mess up because you called that drunk and high trying to transfer money out of an account that didn't exist. You set off some type of red flag. You see what I'm saying? For the whole Wells Fargo organization to take the hit in the media that they would take to have a big client like Wendy Williams saying they got my money sold up for no reason. No, baby, you called down there incoherent trying to transfer some money out of an account that didn't exist, Wendy. And then people said, hold on, whatever the case may be. But I am glad to see that we are making progress. And Wendy did exactly what I said she should have did. If you okay and all this is circling around in the media about you, then come out and let the people know you okay. And I think Wendy probably up until this point has not been okay, but she's getting better now and she chose to speak to us.
She sounded a lot better than what it was made out to be.
Right.
You listen to reports, you think she's in a wheelchair drooling and doesn't have her wits about her. Hey, inspired by Wendy, but not about Wendy. Have y'all ever had friends that get high or whatever that call you in a stupor? Because I have a friend and I always ignore her calls because it be them calls. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what to say. They be like kind of slurring their words and it be in the middle of the day. Y'all have anybody like that does that?
Is Claudia talking about you and I?
Not me, girl. So look, let me tell you, y'all, if y'all, Miss Kenny ass will get drunk and she will call your phone. And I've been on telling them, girl, I'm not coming out tonight. Right. She will keep calling that phone back to back to back, and I eventually have to turn my phone off. I have a few friends that do that. They get drunk and they will keep calling as if them keep calling is going to make you answer.
It's funny at first, but then it's not funny when it's like a lie. You be like, all right. Al, anybody like call you like that?
I'm probably the one doing the drunk dialing. That's what I said. Q, is he talking? Because when I get drunk, I call Q.
Oh my God. All right, move it up.
You don't know how many times I had to step outside the bar calling me at 2 and 3 in the morning.
Oh my God. Well, a drunk man speaks a sober man's mind, right? A sober man, right? Is that what they're saying? You think about him when you're drunk. That's kind of interesting, I think.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, she being messy.
Don't get Q started now.
The shade room already called me messy, so apparently that's who I am.
Yeah.
Speaking of messy, Boosie's back in the news. Oh. The rapper went on his Instagram during one of his events and was spotted examining the lady parts of a woman with a magnifying glass, and his 18-year-old son was by his side. Now, in a clip that's making the rounds on Twitter that we cannot show you for obvious reasons, the women were spreading their legs open for Boosie and his son so they could take a peek at their business. Things don't seem to be changing much with Boosie. Like, he's always had something to say. And you know what? Some people are here for it. Are y'all surprised at this? So how do y'all, let's go to you, Q. What do you think about this? Is it not a big deal because he's 18, or is it still like a side eye?
Who, first of all, I'm gonna get to Boosie. Who raised you whores? Who raised you whores? Your whores, okay? Who would spread their legs with camera people present and Boosie and his son? That's that on that. I could spend this time and go in on Boosie, but you know what? It would be futile. You know why? Because Boosie is doing what Boosie does. Right. Boosie is a hood booger, okay? So at this point, I literally have zero expectation of anything remotely intelligent, logical, or sensible coming from Boosie. My issue lies firmly with those members of the Black community who are so hell-bent on writing for Boosie. Boosie is problematic. Boosie is the downfall of the Black community. Boosie is the single-handedly most ignorant Black Negro we have in sports and entertainment, and still y'all find a way to ride for him because he real. Boosie always want to talk about the gays forcing their sexuality on their children, but Boosie, you have done nothing but exemplify a parent forcing sex on their children. That's all you've done. From the time you said your son and your nephew got their dick sucked by a grown woman at the age of 12 and 13, now you're in a room examining a woman's private parts with a magnifying glass, and I don't even think I can say out loud what the way he was referencing the woman's private parts to his son. But yet y'all see no problem with this. Anything to go against the gays, y'all will ride with it.
And the black woman.
Wait. This is what I was going to say. Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying, Q, but we can't fault Boosie anymore for his behavior, and especially with his 18-year-old son, because the Black woman is allowing him to do it. They're supporting him. They are the ones that are sitting up there on a chair or on a couch, allowing the cameras to film them. They are the ones participating in all of his crazy behavior. There was a Black woman there to help him get his son off when he was 12 years old. There are Black women there right now who are participating in his foolery. How can we blame him if we continue to let him exhibit this behavior, and it's coming from the women that he's degrading?
I'm going to say this, as much as Boosie don't represent you two as Black men, the women, these particular hood rats that open their legs up and let Boosie put a camera or whoever and let his son look at their cooch, they don't represent me. They don't represent none of my friends. They don't represent none of the people that I rock with or that I would ever even acknowledge. So these are fringe people. on the outside, the gutter, both of them. These women are gutter and this behavior is gutter. So we ain't claiming those women, just like y'all ain't claiming that man. Okay, we fair? We fair? Is that fair?
Fair and square.
Okay, cool. I'm Mariah Carey in that. I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know none of them hoes. All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Oh, I'm a Beyonce. We're calling them hoes, huh? Y'all hoes. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to TGIF. I'm your girl, Claudia Jordan, with Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva. Hey, do y'all have a pet peeve about our community? I know that's random. It's not in the script, but just a pet peeve, about our community, about our people.
I do. Oh, you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
So one of my pet peeves about the Black community, I hate a Jesus or fix it mentality. And it runs rampant on my mom's side of the family, where people just sit back and do nothing. I'ma pray, or God'll fix it for me. My grandma died talking about God gonna give her a house. And now my aunt, my mom's sister, same thing. If it's meant for me to have a house, God'll give me one. You know what I'm saying? And just literally sit back and just do nothing. Like, just have this Jesus fix it mentality. Jesus will fix it. And I can't stand that.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. Al, that's a good one. Because it's like God gave you those blessings, but you didn't pick them up. You got to meet him halfway.
Like my aunt has had a county job from the moment she graduated high school to the moment she retired. So she's got perfect income history. She has some things on her credit that she needed to clear up. And I was going to attempt to help her. So when she was in retirement, she could get a house and not pay, expensive rent because she's on a fixed income. I mean, and literally would not let me help her, talking about God gonna give her a house. God got Jesus. I said, well, when he gives you one, he can have him give you two.
That's a good one. Al, do you have one or no?
I think the only
you don't have to have one. It's okay.
That's the being late thing kind of drives me crazy, especially working in corporate America. When I see my colleagues or just people underneath me, middle management and just administrative staff, when they're always late, that kind of gets under my skin. Like, come on, y'all.
I hate that we don't treat our Black colleagues and supervisors or people that we work with with the same respect that a lot of us, not all, would treat the white man. You know what I mean? I feel like we talk all this about unity, but then when we have an opportunity to work with each other, we constantly violate, and we try to get away with things that we know we wouldn't do over there any other people's stuff.
Yeah, we get too comfortable with one another.
Especially, it's like I say it all the time: no good deed goes unpunished.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I'm gonna move on from that before I go off. All right, University of Pennsylvania swimmer Lia Thomas became the first transgender athlete to win the NCAA Division I title after finishing first in the women's 500-yard freestyle event Thursday evening. Now, Thomas pulled away in the final 150 yards to win in 4 minutes and 33 seconds, 0.24. Now, Thomas, who's previously swam for the men's team at Penn, has come to personify the ongoing debate on trans women participation in sports and the balance between inclusion and fair play. Now, Thomas says, I try to ignore negative comments as much as I can. I try to focus on my swimming and what I need to do to get ready for my race and block everything out. What are your thoughts on this historic win? Al, let's start with you. What do you think about this?
I think, university, collegiate athletics, they're trying to figure it out. I personally feel like it's unfair. We know in this particular case, this particular swimmer swam on the men's team only a year ago. Cut it out, y'all. And to now be on the women's team and all those women that work so hard, trained so hard, who have scholarships that they depend on to get their education now jeopardized because they now have a once man in the pool swimming against them as a woman, just seems to me to be unfair. Now, what we do know, though, is the NCAA has changed the rule. Before, if you took hormone therapy for 1 year, you then qualified. Now they've changed the rules that you have to now take hormone therapy for 3 years, and they have to go through a medical examination to make sure that they don't have the vitality of a man to compete. So that's a thumbs up. But in this case, 2 seconds before the next person behind you clearly shows that there's an uneven advantage, and that's not fair.
as a man, Lia was ranked 492nd. Okay. And then you switched over and you swimming for the women's team, and now you're ranked number 1. I understand inclusion, but this is not it. This is not it. This is not right, y'all. Up until a year ago, you had all the advantages that come with the physicalities of being a man. Larger lung capacity. That's never going away. That's never going away. Your lung capacity, your broader shoulders, all these things help you be a better, faster, stronger swimmer. And now you're smashing every woman. You went from a scrub amongst men, 492, to the best woman. Do you see a problem with this, Funky, or what do you think about this?
You know, being a member of the community, I hate when people in the community do things that lend itself to the speaking points and the stereotypes that people who are anti-community hang on. Like, this isn't cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're getting, this isn't cool. And this person knows it. And you're causing the community more damage, because there are people out, and this issue is very complex. You know, I obviously T.S. Madison is a very good friend of mine. Hope Giselle is a friend of mine who I've spoken to about this issue once before we got ready to do another show. And she was explaining to me that, you know, when people get on hormones, you know, it does change muscle mass and so on and so forth. And that argument counters the whole, it's the body of a man versus the body of a woman. So that's why I'm glad that Al brought up the whole change between hormone therapy for 1 year to now 3 years, because that'll make your body more in line with the woman. I don't know the complete science, but my take on these types of things have always been this. In this life, you can't have everything. And as cold and cruel as it may sound, competing in sports may just be one thing trans people just can't have.
What do you think about, how would well, I guess they would feel like this, well, I guess it would be looked at as, you know, seclusion. Yeah, if you had a separate league. I just don't know what the answer is.
And we haven't figured it out yet. And maybe there isn't one. Maybe there isn't an answer. Or maybe the answer is, you just can't have this.
I don't want to get you the new head on this, but is it discriminatory to have trans athletics? Like, they just compete against themselves? Is that considered bad?
I would imagine that people would perceive it bad. They would say it's exclusion. You know, it excludes people. I don't think that if they created a trans league, that it would have the same status as the existing leagues. You know what I'm saying? So who would even want to compete in it? Then, you know, then you have to deal with, are there even enough trans people in each category for it to even be a league? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So there's a bunch of nuance there. But I will say this, since we're talking about this specific story, not all trans sports, this story, this is just wrong. You competed as a man just a year ago.
It was terrible, and now you're the best woman.
And no tea, no shade, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. In the picture they just showed, you look like a whole man. You look like a whole man, body, stature, and all. It's just not fit. Look, come on, girl. Like, girl.
Those gotta be the broadest shoulders I've ever seen in my life.
Come on, Miss Doubtfire. Not today. Go to commercial.
Welcome back to TGIF. You know, the comment section's popping. I'm in a real ghetto hotel tonight, so I'm gonna let Funky Dineva read the comments because his Wi-Fi is better than mine tonight.
These comments got it going on. So Hi says, I'm not celebrating this because it isn't playing on fair grounds. And then Isha Bay is just gonna rub in what's gonna get us in trouble, talking about Miss Doubtfire got me crying. Cassandra Cole says, I love me some Al. And Jacofi says, Funky has me over here cackling. And Moni Mo says, thank you for being so real cute. You're the best.
Very nice. Very nice. Keep those comments coming. We love to hear from you guys, soulmates. We love y'all being a part of the show and being our fourth co-host. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, fellas, I want to get your thoughts on this post from a young lady on Instagram. It reads, my friend and I gave my boyfriend a threesome for his birthday. He climaxed with her and she's pregnant. I paid for abortions 2 times, but she keeps skipping the appointments. He says he doesn't believe in abortion. He was supposed to wear a condom with her. I'm devastated. Oh, wow. What advice would you give this lady?
Stop writing fake tweets. It ain't nothing real about this tweet. I was reading it and I was trying to prepare my whatever. There is nothing real about this. So he was supposed to wear a condom with her. So you sitting here in the room, because baby, let me tell you something. Now, because you know, threesomes and group sex is my specialty. Okay. So I can tell you a thing or two about that. So you sitting here, you're already in a vulnerable position because you're letting your friends screw your man. All right. We all naked, we drinking our bubbly or whatever. And he goes to penetrate her, and you just sit there and watch the whole time while he wears no rubber. Like that's just not even believable to me. Women, y'all have too much of a jealous spirit in y'all to even let this happen. I honestly do not believe this tweet is real. And then I paid for the abortion 2 times. She didn't go. And he don't believe in abortion. What does one have to do with the other? I think this whole tweet was contrived for virality on social media.
I think that's a great point. Al, you think it's a real tweet?
I don't know. I think the same thing. I have to question the validity because she broke every single rule. Rule number 1, when you do a threesome, don't ever have anybody that you're emotionally attached involved in the threesome. At least that's how I rock with my threesomes. Rule number 2, you had abortions. Like, I think she's in an open relationship. She don't know that she's in an open relationship. And number 3, I think that her man and her friend have been having sex for quite a while and she just didn't know it.
She lost me out. She paid for 2 abortions though. Like, damn.
Right.
How you do your threesomes, Claudia?
Me and my 2 cats. That's as close as I get. I'm too lazy.
Have you ever participated in a threesome?
No, never.
Are you opposed to it?
I've never done it, but I think it's a good, sexy thing to say during sex. But I don't know if I'd actually do it. But I've talked that stuff during sex. You know what I mean?
Like let me ask you this. And I'm not saying like with your boyfriend, just even in your fun girl phase, you just were never interested?
No, I'm not into girls.
I want to ask a question. If you did, not if you have, if you did, would you invite another man in the bedroom or would you invite another woman in the bedroom, and why?
I think 2 men is violent and I think 2 women is sloppy. I'm a selfish lover. I just want to lick on the one guy that I'm with.
Would you swing? Would you swap partners?
You know, KJ watches this show, y'all. Come on. Come on now. Come on.
Come on, baby.
We'll say the internet was bad.
He would love that. All right, y'all. Oh, look at the time. Gotta take a commercial break. And we'll be right back with, hey, I don't make the rules here. That's the producers in the chat. We'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all. Gotta get into this. This was all over social media. Steve Harvey, the OG, issued a warning to Ye regarding his beef with D.L. Hughley. Steve said, it ain't what you want from an ass whooping era. Is Steve Harvey right? Is Ye ready for that type of old school smoke? Because he's saying, we cut from a different cloth. We ain't on that social media nonsense. What y'all think?
Steve Harvey, let me tell you something. Steve Harvey telling him right. And Kanye, up until this point, yeah, you from the shy, but your mama was a college professor. So Negro, you are not that kid. All right. You are not the one scrapping in the street, gang banging, representing your set. And to date, Kanye, we ain't got no receipts of asses whooped. All right. We have no receipts of asses whooped. What we do have is receipts for Kleenex tears and boxes of tissues or whatever, because you a keyboard thug and you running around the internet crying. And Steve Harvey and DL is absolutely right. Like, they come from a different era, Kanye, and you ain't scanned none of them.
You know what, Claudia, what I think is so interesting is that Kanye better relax, because that comedian community is a tight-knit community. And not only are they tight-knit, but that community can change the narrative in the urban landscape very quickly just off of their speak and their good-ass comedian skills. He better relax right here. This ain't even about getting beat physically. This is about getting beat with a narrative of a slick tongue and a smart group of comedians.
You know, shout out, D.L. Hughley did not back down. And of course, it was kind of funny if you look online, the young cats were like kind of rocking with Kanye because they don't really have a lot of respect for OGs. They don't have a respect for anybody, actually. But older folks and folks that kind of have a little bit more to lose, I think, or more rocking with like the DLs and the Steve Harveys, like, yo, we remember a time when it wasn't about this keyboard thug. We didn't have keyboards. Mm-hmm. It was, I'll come see you. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's to that point with DL where he would even want to fight someone. I think DL's like, boy, go on. I'm just going to light your ass up with these jokes. And he has been. You know, they both have great influence in their circles. But, you don't want to go up against a comedian because they will make you look crazy. If you remember in the election with Sarah Palin, Saturday Night Live totally discredited her and made people really think that she said, I can see Russia from my house. She never really said that. Mm-hmm. But we believe she did because once that narrative was put out there, that's what it was.
And to this day, she's still looked at as a big ditzy joke.
Yeah.
And you see how this is spilling over into Coachella. They think they started a petition to have him thrown off that Coachella roster. Kanye, you're very talented, son, but you might need to relax a little bit. Breathe.
You know what, Al? I'm glad you brought that up because he's leveraging his celebrity to do harm to Kim and Pete. So I think it's only right that the repercussions be against his celebrity and that be, taking him down off of Coachella, so on and so forth.
Well, the
deal is once you start getting banned from the largest technology company in the world, like Meta and Twitter, that is a snowball effect. That it's not pointing in the right direction. I think he needs to pull it back.
I agree.
So under there was a alias, Kim Pete. Someone launched a change.org petition on Wednesday, writing that organizers should be ashamed of themselves for giving Ye any more of a platform to spew his hate towards his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, and her boyfriend. So, like y'all said, it is kind of seeming like people are winding up to kind of like take him out.
Mm-hmm. It's overkill. At first it was cute. At first it was, we hate the Kardashians. At first it was, whatever the case may be, she did it. But now people are just starting to see, all right, Kanye, despite us hating the Kardashians, you doing too much and it's getting annoying.
Wait, and Q, you called it. She went on Ellen and she was like, look, this ain't good. Yeah. And like you said, once she said she's concerned and once the whole vibe turns to stalkish, turns to scary, turns to cancel culture for you, Kanye.
The white woman tears. White woman tears are the most dangerous liquid on the planet.
And she still showed him grace. She still said, I don't want to talk negatively about the father of my kids. Like she's actually handling it the right way. Well, someone who's not handling things the right way, in my opinion, Mike Tyson's cannabis company is releasing an ear-shaped gummy called Mike Bites. It was inspired by that infamous fight that happened over 25 years ago when he bit Evander Holyfield's ear during the 1997 heavyweight match. Now the gummies will be offered in dispensaries in Massachusetts, California, and Nevada. Do you think this was a smart move for Mike Tyson or not?
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. There are no criminal repercussions at this point with the ear biting. The cannabis space, you would be a damn fool if you have access to get into the cannabis space and not do it. Mike with his celebrity and that incident, Mike Bites, it's I want one. And y'all know edibles make me pass out in restaurants, but I want a Mike Bite.
Listen, this is genius. This is funny. This is on brand with him. That was an infamous situation that got him canceled in the boxing world. It also ushered in a whole different reign of boxers, right? Mayweather was introduced in, De La Hoya came to the forefront. This is a case study in anybody's business school. And Stanford talks about this. This is a win, right? Because you're pushing the boundaries of social acceptability as you shock people into public consciousness by using something negative, turning it into a positive and promoting a product for profit.
I'm not into it at all. I just think about from Evander Holyfield's place. Like that was a traumatic event where someone deformed you. You were mangled. Your ear was bit off. Huh?
He can still hear.
He is, but y'all like it.
And for what he got paid, he can come over here and nibble on a piece of my ear too, baby. Listen.
And put it back.
I'm not a fan. I'm not here for it. I think it's disgusting, and I'm not here for it.
Brilliant.
I would be curious to know if him and Evander have they talked.
Yes, they made up. Evander Holyfield was on his podcast.
Oh, so they cool. Claudia, get out your bag.
I will not.
Evander Holyfield said that he accepts his apology, and Evander Holyfield now is going to market an ear cannabis product, jelly bean, whatever that thing's called.
Well, they need to get Claudia something so she'll get out her bag.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the mic bites and the ears and I'm not a fan of his anyway. So, all right, y'all. We have different opinions. Y'all get those nasty old pieces of someone's ear and get high on them, I guess. All right, y'all. I want to thank my co-hosts, Al Reynolds and Funky Dineve for another fantastic show. Thank you so much for everybody that watches us on YouTube. And stay tuned. Fox Soul's Black Report that's coming up next. Y'all got any plans for the weekend?
My family in town for spring break with all the little kids, so I'm just hanging out with the fam.
Al?
No plans.
I got my play, White Lies, here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Come check me out, thestrandtheater.com. Get your tickets. We'll be in the building tomorrow. It's going to go down. And then I'll be at the casino gambling away, hopefully some profits. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, soulmates.
Bye, soulmates.